Hey, welcome back to Happy Hour with DJ Kyle, sponsored by SRG Financial Advisors, home of the mile marker formula. And today we are talking with Thatcher. Thatcher, thank you so much for coming in here today.
Thanks for having me.
We're learning about something that I'm really intrigued about because looking through the sponsorship proposal here and seeing all these pictures, we're going to be talking about a Spoonbill fishing tournament that's happening March 18th. So a lot of stuff goes into making a tournament, I could possibly imagine. But tell us about the Real Deal Fishing Guides.
Real Deal Fishing Guides is a guide service that I do at Lake of the Ozarks. That's me and a couple other very good anglers. So we take you out, show you a good time, catch bass, crappie, walleye. We do snagging trips in season and things like that. We prepare your fish after you've came in off the water. We clean all your fish and send you on the way.
Now you said spoonbill, when people go out and if they do spoonbill fishing, the snagging, you said that those, you kind of cut them up into like steaks. Is that how it is?
Yeah, I like to, you can do it several different ways, but my favorite is just take it like a little salmon patty, about a ½ inch, put it in an aluminum foil pan, little square nuggets, like 4x4 little pieces thin, and garlic, seasoning salt and some stuff, and butter, and put it in there, put it on the smoker, and that's my favorite way to cook it. It's kind of flaky, but
I feel like we need to have a cooking show right now.
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of making me hungry. So you guys have planned, the Real Deal Fishing Guides has planned a tournament, a spoonbill tournament. What made you choose a spoonbill tournament?
It's been kind of part of my family's history is snagging, with my grandpa, my dad, my uncle. It's just been a passion of ours. It's been a family heritage. We've all enjoyed it. There's a season on snagging. It's March 15th through April 31st. So a lot of people are already going to be at the lake, Kyle, and I wanted to be able to have a snagging tournament and be able to get everybody involved. They're already going to be out there. It's going to be a fun event, and hopefully we see everybody there.
Now, I hear a lot about crappie tournaments and bass tournaments. I don't hear a lot about spoonbill snagging tournaments. Is this a kind of a thing, or is this a new thing?
It's there's a few that have happened and I mean they've always been the highlight of the year. We sit back with the buddies that we go on these trips and go enter these snagging tournaments, and they're really a blast because bass and crappie, you get so serious with it. You have to be, you got to make the perfect skip under a dock. You have to make the perfect cast. You have to be on where here snagging, for one, you don't have to have the right bait because it's a bare hook. And for two, you don't have to have a $100,000 bass boat with the greatest and best electronics and the best trolling motor. Snagging, you don't even have to have a trolling motor. This is for the people in the John boat, pontoon. You don't see people bass fishing and crappie fishing tournaments out of pontoons because they're, the snagging, the good old boy can get in his boat with his grandson or his family and just take it little John boat out and have an opportunity to win a lot of money in this tournament.
So getting to the bare bones of spoonbill, I'm looking at these pictures of the spoonbill, and you're saying someone could have a John boat, and what I picture a John boat is those little aluminum John boats, and they're gonna put something like that in that John boat?
They'll have them loaded down, and there might be like that much water about before they're gonna sink out there. And it's not an expensive hobby. Snagging is, where bass and crappie, you can go catch a bass and a crappie all year round, and snagging, there's a season. So it's like deer season or turkey season. It really draws a lot of people because you don't have the opportunity to catch these fish every day,
Yeah. So the Spoonbill tournament, it's the Real Deal Fishing Guide Spoonbill tournament, March 18th. Tell us where it's like. Where do you put in at? What's
Now, you can put in anywhere on Lake of the Ozarks. That way, everybody's not at one spot. You have to pre-register if you put in anywhere. The fish has to be alive with no rope marks, and there will be polygraph, to keep everybody, where they're like, well, how'd you know that person didn't? Well, it doesn't take very long, and I've done it long enough to see the red marks on the tails and everything. But it's out of Wigwam Public School access, which is a 62-mile marker if you're coming by water, and you can pay the morning of at the boat you can register at the boat ramp. So it's down Ivy Bend Road, or like I said, you can put in absolutely anywhere. You just have to weigh the fish at Wigwam, which in a minute we'll talk about the weigh-in.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued by that. So now people can pre-register at lakeozarkfishing.com, right?
Yep.
All of the information's on there, registration, rules, requirements. How much does it cost to register?
It's $100 per person, and everybody that is in the boat has to be registered the day of the tournament.
Okay. So is it $100 even if it's pre-registered, or $100 the day of?
Yep. It's
okay.
No penalties, no late
Okay,
charge
so
or
last
nothing
minute
like that.
you decide to bring someone else on your boat.
Yep.
Hey, we just bring an extra $100 bill and we could do it. So are there any prizes? What's on the line to get into this tournament? Because I know usually tournaments, they have some pretty good money prizes.
Yeah, first place is guaranteed $10,000, and then we'll have second and third place, where we will post the official payout February 18th. But in this tournament, every 2 hours, you'll have an opportunity to win in each bracket. There's 4 hourly brackets, so every 2 hours, you'll be able to win in all these different categories and places, and all the prize money, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And then even, if it's sixth place, even if it's a hoodie or a hat, or we might have some giveaway stuff too. That's all in the works, and been talking to a lot of great sponsors to be able to get the stakes up even higher. That way we're able to pay out more money in this tournament.
Now, we were talking a little bit beforehand about how you're going to go about weighing these fish, because you were saying, well, I don't want to block up one of the ramps so that other boats can't come and go. So how do you go about, with a tournament this large, how do you go about weighing all these fish?
So the water around March for winter drawdown, the lake will be shallow. So at this, there's one courtesy dock at Wigwam, and so I didn't really want to congest everybody there, or you're dragging an 80-pound spoonbill up on the bank out of your boat. I wanted to make it easy, so we got a 34-foot pontoon boat that will be anchored right on the inside, and we'll have the scale and the pole, and you'll basically, like a McDonald's drive-through, you'll just pull through. We'll have bumpers, and you'll just drive your boat through there. We'll weigh your fish, give you your ticket, and you'll send you on the way and the next one. And then we'll have guys, if your fish is, looking a little fatigued or anything like that, we'll have boats around there, and then guys can come get on your boat, check your fish, and once you're checked in by one of the staff members or me personally, your fish is alive, and then that'll be the last of the time slot. So it's not going to be a big clusters. Just everybody be patient, and we'll slide you through as fast as I can, and we'll be out. You'll see we'll have all our sponsor banners around and everything like that to make it speedy and get you back out there to catch another one.
I like that idea. Just kind of drive through, weigh the fish, and head on out.
On your way.
So they would be looking for that boat with all the sponsors on it. Tell us about who are your current sponsors right now, because with the prize money that we have here, you got to have some good sponsors.
Yes, I have Ivy Bend Land Office, Jenny Jett, and Cody Van Vleck have been a big support in this tournament. Veracruz Jr. and Stover has helped us tremendously. Mid-Missouri Spray Foam. There's been several. In and Out Power Washing. And if you guys would like to sponsor the tournament so that we can have this every year, we'd be more than happy to visit with anybody and call me or text me. And
how would they get a hold of, like if there's maybe a business that's out there going, I think this would be something that I would like to give some sponsorship money for. Can they go to lakeozarkfishing.com? And
you can go to lakeozarkfishing.com, and like I said, that's our official website with everything, booking fishing trips. Or you can call me personally, 573-789-6262. Call or text. If you text me, I can get to you really quick and back. So
and you even have these nice tournament sponsorship proposal kind of flyers, things that kind of lay everything out for someone that might be interested in sponsoring, and to see how many different places you're broadcasting and the views and stuff like that people get, and all the different levels of sponsorship. So you can get to one of those as well. And so Thatcher, tell me, with this Spoonbill tournament that you have going on, what do you expect to see this thing in 5 years from now or 3 years from now? Like,
I just really want to make it a fun, family-oriented tournament. Where you plan this. If you're not an avid angler or a professional fisherman, or if you don't have the best of the best, this tournament allows each and everybody to have an opportunity to be a part of a tournament, and that's what I really am striving for, is to be a little bit different and help out the good old boy that, if he would like to buy a better boat, I mean, $10,000 would be a pretty good down payment on one.
Absolutely.
And for the kids, to get kids out and fishing, and that's kind of our goal.
It's neat to see, families come together and making those memories. So you can pre-register. Again, it's the first annual Ozarks, Lake of the Ozarks Spoonbill Fishing Tournament, and it is March 18th. You can pre-register, lakeozarkfishing.com. Thatcher, thank you so much for coming on the show this morning, man. I definitely appreciate that. So again, March 18th, first annual Lake of the Ozarks Spoonbill Fishing Tournament, and we're going to be back with a little bit more of Happy Hour with DJ Kyle right here on Lake TV.